Hi, I'm Ari, one of the student content shapers and an international student at the University of Birmingham. Come with me as I get ready to fly out for another year in Birmingham. As per usual, the day before my flight, my room is an absolute mess. For me, cleaning is always a fundamental part of getting ready to depart. The biggest difficulty I've encountered flying back and forth from and to Italy in the past few years is trying to keep the journey as cheap as possible. So I'm going to share with you some of the hacks that I found to save money. First of all, in order to find the cheapest flights, I usually go on booking.com. I have tried other websites that promise the cheapest offers, such as Skyscanner and eDreams, but in my experience, there's always something going wrong when booking through them. Also, I highly suggest booking flights on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Sunday, as these usually have the cheapest fares. My second suggestion is to use as little luggage as possible, because in the past few years the cost for extra suitcases has increased so much. I usually travel only with a backpack, but since I have been away for the whole summer, I had to bring with me a checked-in suitcase as well. This is where I put all my liquids and creams over 100 milliliters. The weight limit you're allowed depends on the company you're flying with, and they're usually very strict with it. This time, I could fill my suitcase up to 10 kilos. Because of these, other than the liquids, I always try to pack it with the lightest items I own. One thing I really recommend is to invest in a good traveling backpack. You can find them on Amazon. These are the standard measures for hand luggage accepted by most companies. This is the one I use, and it honestly helped me so much, as it can contain way more things than other backpack I tried. 3 essentials I always make sure to have with me when I travel are my passport, of course, the keys to my house in Birmingham, and an international adapter. The last thing you want is to be stuck in a foreign airport with your phone out of charge, especially since that's where your boarding pass will be. The final thing I have learned when I pack is to keep everything as organized as possible. I have a travel jewelry box, a purse for all my electronics, my documents are always easily accessible, and I recently bought some organizer bags that help me compress my clothes and gain more space. The 40 degrees temperature in Milan did not help with the process. Even though I have been going back and forth for years now, the day of my departure is always still emotional. Every time I try to spend the last day doing something with my little brother, this time we went to the movies, and then my family drives me to the airport. Even to this day, my mom still cries like the first time I left. Finally, here's one more trick I discovered to save money on the luggage. On most flights, you're allowed 2 more free items, a pillow and a duty-free bag. If you have extra things you can't fit in your luggage, you can always fill a pillowcase with clothes, or, like I do, go to the duty-free and after you pass the controls, buy a snack or something cheap and ask for the biggest bag they have, and then put all of your extra items in there. For me, it works every single time. Flying alone can be stressful, emotional, and exhausting, especially the first few times you have to do it by yourself. But at the end of the day, it always reminds me of this new exciting life I'm building for myself away from home. And even though I know I will miss my family and I know I have to look after myself now, I am forever grateful for the choice a younger me made. And I can't wait to start the final chapter of my adventure here at the University of Birmingham.